And away we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, P-Dog Knight. I still believe I'm having some audio issues. You can let me know if it sounds like I'm talking into a cave or something in the chat, but we'll just deal with it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna download some new software to do my audio through. And if not, maybe we'll get a new mic set up. Who knows? It should be able to work out soon. So, hey, I am glad you're here. Welcome everybody to let's see who's here today. So far we've got Sarah, Word Lotus, Zombie Teddy. I almost mixed up Hate Camel and Zombie Teddy. Good morning, Hate Camel. Good morning, Zombie Teddy. Max Del Rio, Diesel Dave. We've got a great start to the morning. Did I miss anybody so far that's in the chat? Not so far, but you know what? There's probably a couple lurkers here and there too. So I titled this "And Now for Something Completely Different." That's an old Monty Python reference, but it's not going to be completely different because I do got to give you a Jussie update today. I also have an update on the Covington kids. I'm sure you've heard that there is a huge lawsuit against the Washington Post, and we're just going to go through our regular Twitter trends and maybe a couple of headlines. But first, I have to take a sip of my reparations coffee. That is so good. You know what? My local convenience store in the Twin Cities, there's Speedways now. They used to be called Super America. Those are still around. And then we had Quick Trips, which is there's a bunch of different versions of that one. And we have one called Holiday, and they're called Holiday Station Stores. And the Holiday stores have this great new coffee machine that it actually grinds the coffee and pours the coffee, right in front of you. And it's like the coffee that comes out of those machines is so good. I don't think I'll ever go to Starbucks or Caribou or one of my favorite local coffee places is called Dunn Brothers. They're just a local chain, but I don't know if I'm ever going to go to any of those again for coffee because for $1.29 I can fill my Bubba cup. My Bubba cup, that big ass cup I have. I can fill my Bubba cup for $1.29, and it is awesome. It is such good coffee. It's better than any coffee that I had from one of those, one of the coffee shops because it's fresh ground. So you get the oils from the beans in the coffee, and you get a little extra caffeine hit and whatever. And actually, this cup here is what a little leftover from my Bubba cup this morning. So I'm on a roll. I'm really happy about the coffee. So let's get into the day. I am so happy that all of you are here. Looks like someone else. Who else showed up? Oh, wait, what? What's your name here? Re-Terrapin. Are you new? Welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here. It's good to see new people coming in. So, and be safe, Mrs. Dog. Yes, my lovely wife is lovely. Blah, blah, blah. My lovely wife is on her way. Fortunately, we both have four-wheel drive vehicles, and we both have new tires, so she'll be fine. We're pretty hardy in Minnesota when it comes to snow days. Okay, let's get into the show. We'll do a little Jussie update. Now, I didn't really do a whole lot of prep for this, other than there's a couple things that are coming up. One, that he was supposed to have another interview with police. Sheograph, what's up? Oh my gosh, welcome to the show. I don't know have you been here before? I know I see you a lot on the Monkey in the Morning and a lot of the other shows that we both hang out on, but I don't know if I've ever seen you in my feed. So welcome. Okay, so let's get into the Jussie update for the day. Now, there's Rafe Weigel, who is one of the local Chicago, local Chicago reporters who's been following this case. Let's just do a little update here. Now, he mentioned today, apparently, Gloria Schmidt. Now, let's look it on here. Cook County. Oh, no, that's a different person. I'm sorry. The brother's attorney, that's Gloria Schmidt. So they walked out of the door moments ago, the Cook County Courthouse at 26th in California. And she said she was not able to comment on what's going on at that time. Also, Rafe Weigel did appear on the Sean Hannity show, and he's getting crap for doing that. Now, let's talk about his quick explanation. because I noticed that was the first thing I saw this morning. For those asking me why I only went on Sean Hannity, Ingram Angle, and Shannon Bream on Fox News to talk Jussie Smollett and not any others, simply, they are the national TV shows that ask me to come on. Now, something amazing to me, because these, the Rob Weigel, and I don't know how to say his name. I'll learn it. I didn't see this, I didn't see the segment on hand because I don't watch Fox News, but occasionally I'll see those segments online. But I know for a fact that none of these guys have been invited onto the national news shows, and these are the guys who've been really doing the best reporting on this by far. The local Chicago news people, because they have local contacts in the police department. And so from the beginning, they were the ones who, because of their great reporting, saw some of the discrepancies in Jussie Smollett's story. And so they've been doing a great job. Apparently, now something else that got brought up yesterday, that LA County Attorney confirms to Fox 32 Jussie Smollett in August 2007 entered a no contest to 3 misdemeanor counts of driving with blood alcohol of 0.08 or more, no valid driver's license, and providing false information to law enforcement. He was sentenced to 2 years probation. Now, anyone bringing up this information, I could care less, okay? That's another incident from 3 years ago. It may show a pattern that he might be willing to say false things to police. However, really doesn't have any bearing on this particular case. But we do know that he will make false statements. Now, the other thing is, apparently, the Cook County State's Attorney, Kim Fox, and I'll put this on the screen, has officially recused herself from the Jussie Smollett case, according to Chicago police. Now, let's find out why, because this is interesting. Cook County State Attorney Kim Fox has officially recused herself from the Jussie Smollett case, according to Chicago police. Assistant State Attorney Joseph Maggots is taking over the case. On Tuesday, the two brothers from Nigeria and let me fix this, because everyone's got this thing wrong too. I just realized. So, having relatives from Nigeria who live in the United States, and, well, let me just say this. The two brothers from Nigeria, they are not from Nigeria. Their parents are from Nigeria. Excuse me. The two brothers are American citizens. They were born in the United States. And so everyone keeps talking about they now, because their parents are from Nigeria, having experience with this. So I have a sister and a brother who are from Nigeria that live in the United States. They were born in Nigeria, but they live in the U.S. They've immigrated here legally. And they have children. Well, my sister has children. My brother does not yet. He just got married. My sister has children. All three were born in the United States. They are all three United States citizens. However, because they have parents who are from Nigeria, they occasionally travel to Nigeria to visit grandparents and relatives and family and all that stuff. So I wish they would fix this, because these are not Nigerian. They are of Nigerian descent, very similar to myself, but they are not Nigerians. They are Americans. Just thought I'd clear that up. Anyway, the two brothers, the American brothers who are from Nigeria descent, and their lawyer went before prosecutors and police at the Cook County Courthouse. The brothers and their attorney were ushered in, excuse me, I didn't put this on the screen, were ushered in and out of the building in total secrecy. Treatment rarely granted by prosecutors and usually reserved for celebrities, like the time Oprah Winfrey went there for jury duty. Attorney Gloria Schmidt was seen walking out of the room marked Grand Jury. Ooh, Grand Jury. And when asked about her clients, she said she simply had no comment. Police tell Fox 32 that the brothers did not testify before the grand jury. Police also say the brothers are cooperating, as it appears they are trying to build a case against Smollett. Good morning, Cynical Lindsay. I see you there. Hello. Anyway, Meanwhile, federal investigators are still investigating the hate letter that was sent to Smollett at the Empire Studios. We talked about that yesterday. Ooh, those postal inspectors are a bitch. Don't mess with the Spanish Inquisition, and don't mess with the postal inspectors. They will mess you up every time. All right. Federal investigators are still investigating the letter that was sent to Smollett at the Empire Studios. That is a separate investigation from the one being conducted by the Chicago police. If the feds find that Smollett did send that letter to himself and can prove it, he could be facing federal charges separate from that case that Chicago PD is building. And then Fox, this is the judge, Kim Fox, recusing herself comes on the same day that Chicago Police Department investigated but dismissed a tip that the night Empire actor Jussie Smollett reported being attacked by two masked men. He was in an elevator of his apartment building with the two brothers, later arrested and released from custody in the probe, a department spokesman said Tuesday. So there was a rumor that he was in an elevator, seen in an elevator, I didn't say in his building, just in an elevator in some building, and with the two Americans of Nigerian descent, and they're dismissing that. They don't care about that. They don't need that. They don't need it. They've got plenty. But I'm still, you know what? I'm still looking for a P-Touch label maker. If you know what I'm talking about, put a 1 in the chat. Anyway, did somebody else show up too? Max, you were already here. Good morning. I'll say it again. Hi, Max Del Rio. Because we got more people here. Man, oh, by the way, while you are here, those who are here, I did put my tweet in the chat. I'm going to do it again. Good morning, Irish Rose. So you can pop that out. Sean, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. So I put the tweet in the chat also, or you could just write down here. Wait a minute. Let me put this up. Right down here, there's that little arrow. It says share. Share this with your friends and family. They will appreciate you for it. Or something like that. All right, moving on. Let's go. All right, so let's see what the latest from Rob Weigel on his feed is here. He didn't have a whole lot of new stuff. Although, I wish I would like to watch that Sean Hannity show just to see what he said on there. Anything new? How about Rob Elgas? Oh, I'm sorry. He did have one new thing on here. Let's see. Oh, no, I already read that. Sorry. 11 p.m. Okay, he was on Fox News. Already got that. Let's check Rob Elgas real quick. He has a couple things also. As of yesterday, Chicago police say video evidence does not support witness who claims to have seen Smollett and brothers in the elevator together, which we just heard already. And then also, this is from Anthony Guglielmi. Chicago police has confirmed. Okay, that's the same thing. The elevator stuff was unfounded. So there you go. That's the update there. And who's okay? That's just thank you, Diesel Dave, for retweeting my tweet. I appreciate that. All right. All right. Let's move on because there is a interesting development. Oh yeah. I'm not really good at shilling. Thank you, Sarah, for reminding me. I do have a Streamlabs account. And by the way, welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, P-Dog Knight. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you. That's what that Streamlabs thing is. Also, that's where I do super chat. So if you want something to say that you want me to make sure I say it, I'm going to try to keep up in the chat. But you know what? I don't mind. Money is good for people, but you know what? I'm just happy that you're here. I am happy that you are here. So anyway, let's move on because that's as much as I can shill. I until I get about 100 or so viewers at a time, I don't necessarily feel like shilling as much because I have a very happy and loyal following. That would be you, and I'm very happy you're here, and that just fills my heart. it makes me so happy. Anyway, I love you all. Okay, let's go. All right. So a great development in the case of the Covington kids. Now, let's see if I can get Lynn on here. Lynn Wood. Lynn Wood is the attorney who has taken up the case of Nick Sandman, a 16-year-old kid who happened to be the face of Covington Catholic School a few weeks ago, when our good friend Chief Lying Firepants decided to beat a drum in his face and then lie about the whole scene. So the beauteous thing, I should say, that happened yesterday is Lynn Wood has filed a complaint against the Washington Post on behalf of Nick Sandman. All members of the mainstream media, here's what he says, all members of the mainstream media and social media mob of bullies who recklessly and viciously attack Nick would be well served to read it carefully. Oh my goodness. This is, you know what? Here's the deal. Now, when we talked about this a few weeks ago, I mentioned the fact that when we get into, I believe is libel. Yeah, libel is it's written, and then what's the one's verbal and one's, well, whatever. Libel, slander. Libel is written. When you get into a case, and now I'm not a lawyer, even though my nickname on a couple shows is Lawyer Dog. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know a couple things about these types of cases. Anytime these types of cases involve a minor, a non-public figure minor, the burden of proof is not as stringent, and, well, it's stringent, but if there are material facts that are wrong in those cases, there is much less leniency to the defendant. And it's very simple in this particular case. There only has to be one material fact that's wrong. And what a lot of these outlets did is they made the mistake of calling Nathan Phillips a Vietnam War veteran. That is a material fact that is easily provable as false. Now, the other thing is, because there is so much video evidence in this case, and our friend, Chief Lying Firepants, aka Nathan Phillips, made so many false statements in his subsequent interviews and statements, and everything that these different news outlets repeated without checking, they have a burden of proof, especially when there is a minor involved, to verify those facts. Now, let's get into this lawsuit. This is beautiful. Yes, I'm not a lawyer, but I only play one on YouTube. Correct, Sarah. Yeah, there's Well, the MAGA country was in the Jussie Smollett case, though. Build the Wall was the one in the Covington Catholic, and there so far, and I'm sure there's videos, probably 37 or 40 videos from different angles, and not one showed any evidence of them yelling "Build that wall." So let's get into this. So this is in the United States District Court, Eastern District of Kentucky, Northern Division at Covington. That stuff's not interesting. And it's a case by Nicholas Sandman through his parents and natural guardians, blah, blah, blah. Let's just read the introduction. The Post is a major daily newspaper published in Washington, D.C., which is credited with inventing the term McCarthyism. Oh my gosh, I read this thing the other day, or yesterday, and he is laying it on thick. Which is credited with inventing the term McCarthyism in an editorial cartoon published in 1950. depicting buckets of tar. The cartoon made fun of then United States Senator Joseph McCarthy's tarring tactics of engaging in smear campaigns and character assassination against citizens whose political views made them targets of his accusations. Oh, the intro is beautiful. In a span of 3 days in January of this year, commencing on January 19th, the Post engaged in a modern-day form of McCarthyism by competing with CNN and NBC, among others, to claim leadership of a mainstream and social media mob of bullies which attacked, vilified, and threatened Nicholas Sandmann, known as Nicholas, an innocent secondary school child. Child is a very important word in this introduction and in this case because, again, the burden of proof or the standards are, again, much less stringent for a child. It just has to be material fact that is incorrect. It's easily. Anyway, the Post wrongfully targeted and bullied Nicholas because he was the white Catholic student wearing a red Make America Great Again souvenir cap on a school field trip to the January 18th March for Life in Washington, D.C., when he was unexpectedly and suddenly confronted by Nathan Phillips, also known as Phillips, a known Native American activist who beat a drum and sang loudly within inches of his face. Then they'll be calling that the January 18th incident. Now, interesting here, because Phillips is a well-known Native American activist, and as you'll find out in this, they did interview him, but they never got any other part of the story. Generally, in a case like this, they only got one of the side of the story. That is a problem too. Nicholas stood quietly and respectfully for several minutes after being targeted and bullied by Phillips, and Nicholas's body language remained non-aggressive and passive throughout the incident. Everything he's saying here is easily proven with video evidence. And I'm going to show you the video. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I just want this introduction is really great. Nicholas is 16 years of age, is 5 foot 9 inches tall in height, and weighs 115 pounds. Sounds like Nicholas is not much of a threat. I love this intro. The school field trip to the national capital was the first out-of-state trip Nicholas had ever taken without being with his family. And targeting, and oh, by the way, if you weren't sure, this is not going to be the only lawsuit. And I think there's going to be a lawsuit against a certain, how should I put this? An elderly Native American elder. Because Chief Lying Firepants lied his ass off in every subsequent interview. But let's move on. In targeting and bullying Nicholas by falsely accusing him of instigating a January 18 incident, the Post conveyed that Nicholas engaged in acts of racism, swarming Phillips, blocking his exit away from students, and these are quotes because those are the quotes the Washington Post used, and otherwise engaging in racist misconduct. The Post ignored basic journalistic standards because it wanted to advance its well-known and easily documented biased agenda against President Donald J. Trump, the president. He'll be referred to as the president from now on, by imputing individuals perceived to be supporters of the president. Is there a history of that? Oh, I'm sure they'll be able to show that, no problem. In fact, they could probably just bring up the Jussie Smollett case, proving that they haven't learned a God. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to take the Lord's name in vain. They haven't learned a damn thing. As a 16-year-old secondary student, Nicholas' political beliefs are anything but established and entrenched in his young mind. He just bought a hat. Nicholas has zero history of political activism or aggressiveness and did not exhibit any such conduct even when confronted with an unbridled racist attack to enter the bully pulpit by publishing a series of false and defamatory print and online articles which effectively provided a worldwide megaphone to Phillips and other anti-Trump individuals and entities to smear a young boy who was, in its view, an acceptable casualty in their war against the president. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this dramatic reading? I'm about to get a little more dramatic. I think I enjoy reading this kind of stuff. I just love this shit. Oh. Unlike the Post abuse of the professionalism of journalism, plaintiffs do not bring this lawsuit to use the judicial system to further a political agenda. This lawsuit is brought against the Post to seek legal redress for its negligent, reckless, and malicious attacks on Nicholas, which caused permanent damage to his life and his reputation. This is a child. That's not in there. I just said that myself. Okay. The Post bullied an innocent child. With absolute disregard for the pain and destruction its attacks would cause to his life, the Post proved itself to be a loud and aggressive bully with a bully pulpit in this country. Our society is dedicated to the protection of children, regardless of the color of their skin, their religious beliefs, or the cap that they wear. But the Post did not care about protecting Nicholas. To the contrary, the Post raced with a reckless disregard of the facts and truth because in this day and time, there is a premium for being the first and the loudest media bully. Good morning, Tarkata. How are you? Did I what? I dropped off for 10... Oh my gosh. I dropped for 10 seconds. The stream was offline briefly. Oh, LOL. Well, I did not know. So you missed 10... Okay, well, I'm just going to continue where I left off, and I'll put the link to the lawsuit in the chat. Okay. Not in the chat, whatever. The whatchamacallit. The description. So anyway, yeah, this is great. The Post wanted to lead the charge against this child because he was a pawn in its political war against its political adversary, a war so disconnected and beyond the comprehension of Nicholas that it might as well have been science fiction. The Post must be dealt with the same way every bully is dealt with, and that is to hold the bully fully accountable for the wrongdoing in a manner which effectively deters the bully from again bullying other children. In a civil lawsuit, punishment and deterrence is found in awarding money damages to the victim and target of the bully. In order to fully compensate Nicholas for his damages and to punish, deter, and teach the Post a lesson it will never forget, this action seeks money damages in excess of $250 million. The amount Jeff Bezos, the world's richest person, paid in cash for the Post when his company Nash Holdings purchased the newspaper in 2013. Hi, Captain Brambles. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Even if you can't be here, come in and click the like button and watch it later. It'll still be funny. So anyway, now they get into the details of the case here, and I'm not going to go through that. Instead, we're going to go and watch. Let's just go through Lynn's video because it is brilliant. I was going to make a video. Did I phrase up again? What's my I frozen slide what? The Wilds, hockey, what? Stuck in. Oh, I see what I'm saying. Okay, I got it. Hey T, how you doing? Nice to see you. Anyway, he goes into this, and it's just a total everything in here that One of the things, though, he calls Phillips a phony war hero. That's funny. And in fact, I like this part. So let me just go on this. I'm going to skip through some of this because some of it's kind of funny. He's talking about how the kids are going back and forth with the Hebrew Israelites. And so the kids decide to do some school chants or whatever. And so here, listen to this. During the school cheer, Phillips and a small group of his companions, all of whom had been participating in the Indigenous Peoples March at National Mall that day, instigated a confrontation with Nicholas and his Cov Cath classmates. Rather than focusing their attention on the Hebrew Israelites, who had been relentlessly insulting both the teenagers for almost an hour and the Native Americans attending the Indigenous Peoples March before that, Phillips and his activist companions approached the Cov Cath students from a distance while beating drums, singing, dancing, and carrying cameras to capture the confrontation on video. Apparently, Phillips, a phony war hero, was too intimidated by the unruly Hebrew Israelites to approach them, the true troublemakers, and instead he chose to focus on a group of innocent children, a much safer endeavor for activist tactics of intimidation. That is just a beautiful line. I just love it. That's amazing. Are we frozen again? No, I'm good. All right, I just want to make sure. Or am I frozen? Hit a one if I'm going still, please. I'm all paranoid. I have microphone problems yesterday. The stream drops out for some time today. Anybody still here? Let's check over here real quick. Okay, we're good. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Camel, for letting me know. All right. Anyway, that's beautiful. But he goes through this. He just rips these guys apart and talking about his fake interviews. But instead of going through this, let's just watch his video. And if I may stop it a couple times, but I doubt if he's going to. I doubt very much if he's going to copyright strike anyone who plays this video. So we're going to watch this video real quick because this is classic. Here, let's put on my YouTube screen here. That's my better. All right, now we'll just go through this. You know, I told you so many times that I wanted to make a video about this, and this particular video might be as precise and as exact. Let's put it this way. This is the video exactly how I would have made it. This is what I was thinking about when I was saying I want to make a video showing the difference between what the man says and what actually happened. This video is brilliant. I hope this doesn't bore you, but we're going to watch this whole thing, even though it's 13 minutes long, because I really, really like this. All right, here we go.
On January 18th, 2019, in Washington, D.C., the very first Indigenous Peoples March was scheduled at the same time as the 47th Annual March for Life. Students from Kentucky's all-boy Covington Catholic High School were instructed to meet on the stairs of the Lincoln Memorial to await their bus home. Many of the boys were wearing Make America Great Again hats, which were acceptable attire for the pro-life event they had just attended. A few yards away were 5 black men who identified as Hebrew Israelites. This known hate group was already preaching racial slurs at Indigenous marchers.
You're not supposed to worship eagles, buffaloes,
that's right,
lambs,
right.
all types of animals.
That's right.
This is the reason why the Lord took away your land. Indian means savage. You know where that name came from? You know where that name came from? It came from the so-called white man. Indian means savage, brother.
I don't know where you got that from.
Look it up, brother.
I did look it up. I'm a historian.
You'll find it out for yourself.
This is the problem, Israel. There's always our women thinking they can come and distract things with their loud ass mouth because they not used to dealing with no real men. You nigga, get your old Uncle Tom ass out of here.
That's the damn Uncle Tomahawk.
That's right.
That's Uncle Tom's. Your Uncle Tomahawk.
That's right.
Got your head up the white man's ass.
Curious, a few of the Covington students moved closer to hear what the Israelites were saying.
Bring y'all crack ass up here and make a statement. Tell them come over here in the lion's den. You little dirty ass crackers, your day coming.
Without incident, the boys returned to their group, which was expanding as more students arrived at their meeting spot. The Israelites did not stop.
on the back of your dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust," but you give faggots rights.
I'm assuming everyone knows what he just said there. He used that F word.
The Bible condemns homosexuality, man.
They're still humans.
This is a bunch of future school shooters.
How you gonna tell somebody what
I do got. Oh, I do got to give the Black Israelites, aka Black Westboro, credit. They come up with some of the best trolling lines I've ever heard. I mean, they're rude as hell, but they are some magnificent trolls. They are the troll. They are some trolling motherfuckers. Excuse me. I'm gonna sit drink some coffee while I play.
you go to school? That's like really rude. That's racist,
North
bro.
American, when you get old enough, they're gonna steal your organs.
Whoa, hey, why you being mean? Hey, we love you, kid. Hey, we love you.
He said he's a product of sodomy and he's proud.
It's not rape if you enjoy it.
See that?
He is not good at cooking.
Bunch of Donald Trump incest children.
Are the buses here yet? Where are the buses?
After nearly an hour of enduring the verbal attack, the boys asked their chaperone if they could perform one of their pep rally chants to drown out the hate group. The chant attracted the attention of a group of Native Americans led by veteran activist Nathan Phillips.
Now we're coming up on my favorite part here, because this is the one thing that how could not one news media outlet have found this and said, wait a minute, there's something wrong with Chief Lying Fire Pants' story. He said, everyone's trying to say, he was just trying to get to the Washington Monument and they were blocking his path. This is my favorite part of this video that I wanted to put together. But you know what? Lynn Wood did it for me. This is a brilliant video.
Though Mr. Phillips later claimed he was trying to get to the Lincoln Monument, he bypassed the most direct and unobstructed pathway and went straight to where the Covington boys were standing.
Look at the hat.
Video evidence. The Washington Post is screwed here. And they're going to have to settle this, but they have a list of like over 50 people they're going to sue. This is just one. Wouldn't it be great if Nick Sandman became a billionaire off of this, but then he donated to some favorite cause of his? That'd be amazing. Anyway.
Look at Make America Great Again hat.
They began to celebrate by chanting and dancing to the beat. Is it possible that the boys saw the Native Americans as allies, stepping in to help drown out the Israelites?
There was a group of over 200 young, angry white men.
Angry white men. Angry white men.
And they were facing down just 4 black individuals. And it was coming to a point where a snap of the finger could have
donated to the wall. Oh, that's awesome, Sheograph. That is awesome.
caused them kids to descend on those 4 individuals.
What the hell is going on
Descend on the 4 individuals. They never came near the 4 individuals.
here? Now this is a peace circle. Ain't gonna be no peace until blood is shed.
Why you being mean?
When I went in front of that mob and what appeared to be their prey, all that hate and anger transferred to
Look
me.
at all that hate and
And
anger.
the images were the same images that I seen on the folks that were doing the lynchings, and the scorns and the scowls that were on the pictures there. That's what these young people's faces look like. It was scary.
It was this moment that
Boy, he really looks scared, doesn't he?
many feel the boys crossed the line and began mocking the Native Americans by doing a move known to sports fans as the tomahawk chop.
Now, what he did right there was also fairly brilliant. and this is the part I don't know if I'd have even had this part in there. Watch the last person on the screen doing this tomahawk chop at this Florida State football game.
Mr. Phillips began tomahawk chop.
I'll show you again. See this gentleman here? He's probably, is this a Redskin game or a Chiefs game? This is at the Chiefs Stadium. Kind of looks Native American, doesn't he? And he's a Chiefs fan. Yeah, the Chiefs, the Braves, and then also at Florida State. And in fact, there was at Florida State, probably maybe 15, 20 years ago, there was a push to get them to change their name from some outside groups. And the Seminole Nation themselves came out and said, no. We're very happy that Florida State uses our name. And they basically said, bug off. So that was a big deal. Yeah, Florida State does it. Yep. Oh, I forget. You're a little bit behind me here. Okay, anyway.
Mr. Phillips began moving to his right, down a line of boys, eventually stopping face to face with Nick Sandmann. The young man remained where he had already been standing, placing his undivided attention on Mr. Phillips, who never once tried to move beyond him. It's worth noting that Nick Sandmann was standing on a higher stair.
Hey, remember, Nick Sandmann's only 5'9" and 115 pounds. I mean, you see it when he does the interview on whatever it was, the Today Show. He's a slight, small kid, even though he's 16 years old.
Making his small size appear much larger than he actually is.
We are hearing from a Native American elder and Vietnam War veteran speaking to CNN after a disturbing viral video shows a group.
By the way, do you think perhaps CNN and NBC are next? Oh, this is so awesome.
Group of teens harassing and mocking him in the nation's capital.
The native elder was identified as Nathan Phillips, a member of the Omaha Nation and a Vietnam vet.
Phillips describes the tense moments now being replayed over and over again online when a young...
You know, by the way, my mother, in my adopted family, her mother, well, actually, her grandmother is from the Omaha Nation. And I haven't really talked to my mom about this one. This would be interesting. I'd be interested to hear about that. Anyway.
Young man got right in his face. Watch.
Yo, Pat, what's up, my brother? How are you? Let's go. I'm going to keep going.
That was when they surrounded us. And that's when I realized the dangerous situation I was in. And I couldn't go left, I couldn't go right, we couldn't go back without running into this mob.
The angry mob.
Man blocked my retreat.
Whoa, what happened there?
So I stopped and I thought, okay, I'm going to take another step, but he wouldn't move. I took another step, he wouldn't move.
You feel you were blocked?
Oh, I was blocked.
You mentioned that the youth kept chanting, build the wall. Now, this is astounding, given the fact that you, a Native American, and yet they're chanting, build the wall.
It makes little sense to angrily chant, build the wall.
There you go, Pat. There's SE Cup.
Literally zero illegal immigrants.
By the way, what the hell happened to SE Cup? What the hell happened to this woman? She lost her damn mind. She used to be so sensible. But I figured it out. I figured it out. Follow my cursor, people. This is what happened to SE Cup. Right there. She works for CNN now. She lost her damn mind.
Who were here long before we were.
After watching every video posted from that day, from every possible angle, I've yet to see or hear one Covington kid utter those words. I did, however, find a clip of the Israelites saying this.
Well, look at these dirty ass crackers. Can't stand in the damn sun for 5 minutes.
Why you don't build the damn wall?
Oh, Camel. Yeah, SE Cup used to be kind of a conservative commentator, but she wasn't like she wasn't necessarily off. She was more centrist conservative, like center right. But she used to, you know, she used to write columns and things, and I used to see her on. Used to see her on different shows, and she was very sensible. You know, never too extreme to any necessarily position. But now she's just, yeah, she used to be a libertarian. Let's put it that way. She used to be very, I don't know. She's lost it. She's off the rails now.
If you want to make America great, because for you white people, go back to Europe where you came from. This is not your land.
As one of the native men began to debate with one of the students, keep your eyes on Nick Sandmann. This is a critical moment that was omitted from the mainstream narrative.
Get the f out of my face with that shit.
Hey, it's not bullshit.
It's proven, man. Come on.
It's proven.
It appears as though Nick is trying to hush his schoolmate to show more respect to Mr. Phillips. And that was that. Their bus arrived and the students went on their way. Mr. Phillips did not advance up the stairs, but instead turned towards his people and celebrated their victory.
We won, Grandpa! We fucking won, Grandpa!
There has been some question about the nature of your military service, and this is a good chance to clear it up. Some have said that you were a Vietnam veteran. I don't believe you have said that. What exactly is the nature of your service?
Zero.
All we said is I've never stepped foot in South Vietnam.
I'm a Vietnam vet. You know, I served in the Marine Corps 72 to 76. I don't talk much about my Vietnam times.
When I come home, those times, I got spit on, actually spit on. Called a baby killer.
Little blonde-haired, blue-eyed hippie girl come walking up to me one night and just spit on me, you know. Called me a baby killer. I feel bad because I beat up her boyfriend.
Just like you beat up some of those refrigerator condensers, right?
I really do feel bad about that, you know. She hurt my feelings.
So to be clear, you did not serve overseas.
I don't know how much clearer can that be?
At one point early on, it was rumored that they were chanting "Build the Wall," but no one has surfaced any evidence of that whatsoever.
Well, that's what I heard from the Native American elder when he was talking about it in a video. He said,
I heard them saying, build that wall, build that wall.
It isn't audible on the video clips, I think, that are out there, but did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Oh, lying.
People that are supposed to be adults were saying things like, this is the face of white patriarchy, this 16-year-old kid.
Or what Reza Aslan said.
Yeah, or Reza Aslan said, have you ever seen a more punchable face? Kathy Griffin was saying, I need names, shame him, dox him. How do these people not understand the implications of that?
I blame that f***ing kid. What a little smirk face.
The center of the firestorm, what critics characterize as a smirk on Sandmann's face.
People have judged me based off one expression. I see it as a smile saying that you won't get any further reaction of aggression.
As for those red Make America Great Again hats that some students were wearing, Sandmann says he bought
racist! Oh, sorry.
His that day from a street vendor in Washington. Do you think if you weren't wearing that hat, this might not have happened, or it might have been?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Who is that? Who's that? Was that? Oh my God! Who's the boss now, bitch?
Or it might have been different.
That's possible, but I would have to assume what Mr. Phillips was thinking, and I'd rather let him speak.
I would love for him, like I said, I'd love to see him become a billionaire out of this, and then just buy billboards all across the country that say, F you, Alyssa Milano.
Phillips said he believed he had to do something to protect.
Isn't she named in the lawsuit? I don't know if she is. Not yet, because this is just one lawsuit against the Washington Post. There's going to be separate lawsuits. And I got a feeling CNN and NBC will be next. They kind of hinted at it because they said they were competing against CNN and NBC to who could be the first. And then I think they'll go after some individual people. I would love it for before Alyssa Milano. I think, yeah, she's in the list of people being in that list of people that have gotten letters from the lawsuit from the attorney. I want it to be Kathy Griffith. I don't know. I mean, just because she's awful.
The Black Israelites group from the boys. You could hear the...
Oh, Johnny Hellcat, I didn't even see you pop in here. Good morning. I have to say hi to you too, man. What's up?
The Hebrew Israelites shouting things.
And the white people were shouting racist things back at the black people.
Oh!
Phillips couldn't be specific about what the boys shouted. And so far, no video evidence has emerged supporting his claims.
What broke this up is someone calling to the students saying their bus was there. That's what pulled them away?
In my mind, well, yes, they could say they're running to the bus, but if you look at it from another angle, they're running from the police.
I don't know if you saw the damn, what's that damn show called? Democracy Now! Video interview. When he said that just pissed me off to no end. And I'm gonna play this again because this should just make you mad that they're running from the police.
Someone calling to the students saying their bus was there. That's what pulled them away.
In my mind, well, yes, they could say they're running to the bus, but if you look at it from another angle, they're running from the police.
Right. Yeah, 200 plus kids. They're all running from the police. Oh, God. That guy's such a liar.
Inserting the first of a few desperate pieces of new evidence that Covington students paint themselves not in a multicolored gesture of school spirit, but because they want to mock opponent black players. Color washes are a theme of Covington school spirit. The Covington teens harassed a woman and called her a slut, and what we're directed to is an 8-second video clip with...
Oh, that's, isn't that Matt Christensen's voice? It sounds like Matt Christensen. I think he took part of their video. I think they must have got permission to use that, but that's fantastic. If you ever go back and watch Matt Christensen's video on this too, he's pretty brilliant. Anyway.
Never mind that the poster of it engages in the same type of hateful language we're trying to crucify other people for. Doesn't matter. 70,000 plus retweets.
We are here in peaceful gathering to have Uncle Nate read demands of the indigenous folks of this land to the Catholic Church as a whole entire organization.
We demand that the students of Covington Catholic High School be reprimanded, not just by the school officials as seniors, but by their upcoming universities.
Now that's a ballsy thing to ask for. You want their school to apologize. You want the entire Catholic Church to apologize. You want their future schools to apologize. You got some, man, you got a couple 16-pound bowling balls down there, brother. Whoa, what? What? Uncle Nate has fought for us overseas. Now, you would think in this setting, he would correct that. Oh my gosh. Washington Post just better fold right now. Now, what they're going to try to say, oh, this is a freedom of the press thing. Sorry, the burdens are different when you are talking about a minor.
Fox News' Dave Spencer has more on the alleged incident that's now leading to a protest.
Yes, Nathan Phillips has some experience in this kind of thing.
It was a walk he took at noon on a Saturday in mid-April. He says he walked over to the fence and saw roughly 30 to 40 students involved in a theme party.
Painted and had their face painted, and I said, what the heck's going on here? Oh, we're honoring you. I said, well, that wasn't, honoring, that was racist. And then at that time, that's when it really got ugly.
Phillips says he was then bombarded with racial slurs. One, he says, even threw a beer can.
If I would have stayed right where I was at, it would have hit me in the head, but I backed up.
Oh, geez. A bunch of college guys, sure, they threw a beer can at him. That sounds plausible. It's about as plausible as some guys in MAGA hats chasing you down at 2 a.m. at 20 below weather in Chicago, yelling, "This is MAGA country!" I just had to get that one in today. I'm going to try to get that in. I'm going to try to work in that, well, at least for the next few weeks, once a day. I'll find a way. This is MAGA country!
Up and hit me in the chest.
He'd had enough at this point and says he called police.
Whoever would sit judgment on them, the university, the law, society, that's their job. I'll pray for them.
In a statement late today, Ypsilanti police said there is no indication that the partygoers maliciously intended to harass him because of his heritage.
And then it becomes this thing of like, oh, these kids, they harassed this man, and this, this is this horrible story. And then you see the additional videos come out, and I go, if I was the news, I'm like, surely you guys could have just searched on social media before reporting the story.
Hey, Vortex, welcome. By the way,
smiley face emoji.
What the hell? Every once in a while, my Cortana comes up out of the blue. Trevor Noah, actually, I appreciate Trevor Noah. He walked anything he said back about this. And he also has done that in the case of Jussie Smollett. So even though Trevor Noah can be a complete jerk, he can also be contrite.
A simple search. Just search. You would have found it all.
Is it that we just instantly say that's what it is based on what we see in that moment and then have to walk stuff back when it turns out we're wrong? Why is that? Do we keep making the same mistake?
Because we're desperate to get Trump out of office. That's why.
I want God.
Oh, look at Meghan McCain's face there. Look at her. And she hates Trump, but look at her face. She's like, y'all are assholes. And Whoopi actually being the voice of reason is appreciated too. Here, let me take this back because I know I've missed something. I just about missed something there.
I want God to come witness what's happening into my America.
Yeah, a lot of fake hate shit going on, right? Right, brother? Right, brother, Chief Lying Fire Pants? So anyway, that is the video I would have made had I had time. But man, he just knocked it out of the freaking park. Now, interesting, I put this, I don't really, on my Facebook page, I don't talk about anything that I do on YouTube. I don't talk about politics. I don't go on Facebook for politics. I go for Facebook to see my friends and pictures of their families and to keep up with people. But there's a few of my people on Facebook, that just love to talk about politics all the time. And I got in an argument with a friend about this once, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it. But I recently put this video up just saying that, you know what, remember these Covington Catholic students? I got in an argument about this. I didn't want to talk about it, but here is I said, I actually support these kids, regardless of what they were wearing that day. And I put that video up, and I still got arguments from people saying that they were harassing this man, and they should, and it's like, did you even watch this video? And then I put up, I just kept putting up evidence that there's video evidence that everything this guy is saying is lying, and still people saying that they should be held accountable for their actions. I don't know what actions they should be held accountable for. It drives me freaking insane. But time to move on, because we're getting close to my time to end, and I haven't gotten through any Twitter trends yet today. So we're gonna move on. But anyway, that video, let's, I'm gonna put that in the chat real quick here, so you can reference that if you want to watch that again or want to send that to any of your friends. But I love that video, and this lawsuit. Holy she-balls, Batman. It's very thorough. And I like I said, now the last I heard is the Washington Post, their attorneys are aware of the lawsuit, and they are going to, they're deciding what they're going to do about it. They say they're going to rigorously defend themselves. This guy, Lynn Woods, is very experienced in these kind of suits, and I don't even know what the Washington Post thinks they can do to fight it, other than maybe try to put up a freedom of the press defense. But I don't know, man. I don't think they were in a good position here. So let's get into Twitter trends today real quick. Let me see real quick. I got a couple. Okay, thank you, Leathery Old Bastard, and Diesel Dave again for retweeting my stream out today. I do want to remind you that right down here, you can hit that share button, and so people can see these. I know some people watch these afterwards. I'm so really surprised. I'm surprised at actually how many viewers I get on these videos. I get like, I only have 200 subscribers, which I am doing my 200 subscriber special soon. I just have to verify with a few people that we can do it at the same time. Uh-oh. Is my stream down again, or is it just maybe not? Okay, I think we're okay. But yeah, I appreciate you all sharing that. Also, if you'd like to do a super chat or anything like that, we do that through Streamlabs. The link is down below in the description, right at the top of the description there. And again, I really appreciate you guys being here every day. A lot of you are here every single day. So let's get into Twitter trends for the day. Let's see what we got going here. This is my off-the-cuff daily Twitter trends. Love Your Pet Day is trending #1. You mean it's not Wednesday Motivation? Oh, no, Wednesday Motivation is #4. Love Your Pet Day. That don't sound right to me. Love Your Pet Day. Okay, ABC News, it says, happy Love Your Pet Day. Take a minute to think about how much joy your pets bring to you. Here's a video to help. Hey, let's watch this video on Love Your Pets Day. Okay, I'm not getting this. It's a dog wearing some reindeer antlers. What happened here? Did I miss something? Hold on, hang on. Haley Fuqua got a surprise Christmas gift when her parents adopted a dog she'd been caring for at a shelter. Oh, man. That's touching. I don't need to watch the video, but oh, that is so sweet. That brings a tear to my eye. That's sweet. Yeah, just don't love your pets like that dude in Enumclaw did. Yeah, don't love them like that. Don't love them like that. Anyway, so a lot of people putting up pictures of their puppies. Aww. Oh, that looks like one of my dogs, except his nose is a lot shorter. Mine's a shepherd mix. Aww, look at the puppies. What? Wait, what? Final Fantasy 14. Love Your Pet Day. Lots of memorable pets in that particular game. Okay, so lots of people putting their dogs up there. That's cute. All right, let's see what's #2 is Snow Day. Oh my gosh. Speaking of a snow day, I have a good extra 7-8 inches of global warming filling up my driveway, and my new snowblower is going to get a workout. It's snowing almost across the entire country, at least the northern half of the country. Huge snowstorms. Apparently something about the some jet stream drop and blah, 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 and bringing in some whatever moisture or whatever. It's snowing everywhere in the United States. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if it's snowing where you live right now. But as you can see, this thing right here, I live right there, right in the major, the crux of the snow day. Wait, was that? Oh, no, that's not. That's the east. I don't live there. What the hell is this map? Anyway, yeah. Good morning, festering wound. And you're creating a festering wound in my brain with your 80 degrees in Florida. So just keep it to yourself. Hi, Jason Burns. I don't think I've seen you yet. And I already said hi to Vortex, even though you might not have heard it because I was doing it in the middle of that video. So anyway, if it's snowing where you live, put a 1 in the chat. It's snowing. So yeah, I'm sure that's why it's trending. There's snow everywhere. I would show you a picture, but I don't want to move my camera around too much. But yeah, white stuff everywhere. What does she have to do with what does she have to do with a snow day? Don't care. Okay. Oh, stay inside. Watch 6 ABC. Okay, lots of people showing snow pictures. All right, number 3. I'm rich because I'm afraid to open this, but my friend Shikama, if you don't follow Shikama, he's an interesting dude. Some of the videos are really good and some of them are just unusual, but women are now marrying themselves worldwide and there's an entire fake wedding business for it. Dress, hair, makeup, limo, photographer, fake ceremony. Okay, what does that have to do with I'm rich because? But this woman is marrying herself. I'm not saying a shit. I'm not saying nothing. And this woman's marrying herself. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm rich because, Max Edge, I found a pot of gold. Gold what? What is that? That looks like weed. Oh, that's kind of weird how that thing, look at that thing. What the hell is that doing? That is weird. I'm rich with hand cramps. Yeah, I got you. I'm rich because I saved all my midnight points and wisely invested them in a diverse stock portfolio. Yeah, that's probably good. Today, I'm rich because, okay, I don't know how did this end up trending? I don't know. I'm rich because, oh wait, you said rich. That's funny. Okay. I'm rich because I don't give into pyramid schemes. I run them. I'm rich because once I had not 1, but 2 bottles of wine in the fridge. I'm rich because it's my name. My husband, Rich. Probably, if he was on Twitter. Okay, that's what he would say. All right, I'm rich because tax return, baby. No, if you are rich because you got a tax return and you got money back, you're not doing it right. I set up my taxes so I pay it every year and I set it up that way. And usually I kind of figure out how to get it right to around either 500 or less to pay in at the end of the year or get 500 less back. If you set up your taxes so that you're getting it year round, you're not giving the government a free loan. And I refuse to give the government a free loan. I'd rather just pay what I owe them at the end of the year or on April 15th, so to speak. But anyway, that way I have the money available to me year round. Now, some people like it because I get this tax refund and I can go do something with it. I'd rather invest that, but I'm not rich, but I do okay. We do fine. We have a nice house and all that shit. So anyway, that's number 3. Number 3, Wednesday motivation is there. I want one good Wednesday motivation. No, Shikama, you can't have all the fun. Let's go to, how did he get on both of these? Anyway. Oh, hey, Wednesday motivation. In 2020, it's either Trump or socialism. Which one will you choose? Oh my gosh, he's got all of them on here. Let's listen to...
It's funny, sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing. In other countries, people don't line up for food. The rich get the food and the poor starve to death.
Well, that doesn't happen in our country, Uncle Bernie, but you know what? You keep saying that. Any good Wednesday motivations? I don't care. Oh, here we go. Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a constant state, or you are in a state of constant learning. Okay, that's motivational. I'm done with Wednesday motivation. Sometimes there's good ones, and sometimes you just get something like this. Life itself is your teacher, and you are in a constant state. I can't say this. Am I dyslexic? And you are in a state of constant learning. That's deep. All right, let's check out the other trends. Wednesday thoughts. By the way, Pat, I'm talking to you, your boy Pat, if you're still here. Pat, are you still here? Pat, let me know you're still here by just hitting something in the comments so I know that you're still here. But I saw that thought that you did a tweet about yesterday. I saw that, brother. I saw that. Yes, I did. Go through, if y'all have your boy Pat on Twitter, go check out that thought. She's interesting. That's a big girl, but big in some interesting ways. Anyway, I see you, Pat. All right, here we go. Sidney Poitier. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, good. Phew. Although, okay, so actor Sidney Poitier turns 92. Yeah, that's good, Pat. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. I see you. I see you. Sidney Poitier, actor, turns 92 today. He's a legendary actor. If you've never watched a Sidney Poitier movie from the late 60s, To Sir with Love, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Mr. Tibbs, those are all great movies, and he's a fantastic actor. Very interesting career. He's one of those, back in the day, he was one of those acceptable black actors, but he's an acting legend. Not necessarily in line with his politics, but he's very important in the history of Hollywood as far as someone who made a big name for themselves. So anyway, yeah, the thought that got trolled on Twitter, yeah, that was funny. I'm talking to Pat, your boy Pat. Anyway, Trey Gowdy. Why is Trey Gowdy trending? Let's see. Trey Gowdy fired a staffer because they refused to partake in a partisan investigation of Hillary Clinton. Gowdy used $150,000 of taxpayer money to settle that wrongful dismissal suit. Sorry, grown-up Draco Malfoy, but you're the last person who should chime in on Comey's firing. So apparently he said something about Comey being fired. Oh, I see what you're saying. This person's talking to Donald Trump, who said, if thinking that James Comey is not a good FBI director is tantamount to being an agent of Russia, that is just a list of people who are agents of Russia: Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Rod Rosenstein, who wrote the memo to get rid of Comey, Inspector General. Okay, so anyway, this says Trey Gowdy took bribes from an anti-Hillary group while investigating her. When he first got caught, he returned the money. Then he got money via a different route. So no, he shouldn't be trusted. He's a pathologist. What's going on? Why are these people talking about Trey Gowdy right now? I haven't quite figured it out. I have no idea, but everyone's bitching about, please don't be mean to Trey Gowdy because he's left Congress and the poor guy just wants to exploit the murder of 4 Americans in Benghazi for crass political. Okay, yeah, I know, John Fusselgang, you're a jackass, but okay, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to figure out why Trey Gowdy's trending, Trey Gowdy, I will continue to not believe McCabe's comments on briefing Gang of 8 over Trump's probe. Fox News, Trey Gowdy on McCabe's claim that the Gang of 8 did not object to FBI probe of Trump. What did he say? I don't know. Anyway, there's a big thing going on with this Gang of 8, and McCabe said something about he briefed the Gang of 8 about what he was doing, and I think Gowdy is disputing that. All right, I'm have to get caught up on that. I missed it. So anyway, let's go. And then the last number 9 is Crazy Bernie. We know that Bernie is entering the race for president, and of course, Donald Trump's nickname for Bernie Sanders is Crazy Bernie. So everyone's gonna be bitching at Donald Trump today, which is nothing new because he has nicknames for everybody. I can't wait just to see it, even though I think it's rather silly. Oh my goodness. I heard that noise. What does that noise mean? Thank you, Jaeger Pony, for the $5 Streamlabs. Make sure Monkey reads his books. Make sure Monkey... Oh, so if you... When was this? I heard about this too. Apparently, there's in the state of Michigan, they have legalized the recreational use of marijuana, but there is a slight loophole. They have not legalized the sale of marijuana. So that's a problem. So some industrious bookstores have found a way around that. What they do is they sell books, and with the purchase of said book, they will give you a gift, a free gift, usually certain quantities of either marijuana edibles or just marijuana itself. That's how they get around it. They're not selling marijuana. The marijuana is legal, so they sell you books. And apparently, seeing that Monkey lives somewhere in the hinterlands of Michigan, apparently people are planning on sending him some books. So thank you, Jaeger Pony, for bringing that up. I think that's very funny. Nice to see you, by the way. I'm glad you're here. Did I already say hello to Irish? Yes, I did. Say hi, Irish Rose. There's a song, something Irish Rose. I got to learn that song, and I'm going to sing it one of these days for you. All right, so that's Crazy Bernie. All right, those are the Twitter trends and yada, yada, yada. So let's move on, people. I am very thankful that you're here. Again, share this, hit the like button, and all the stuff that you guys do. And just thank you for being here. Good morning, Tyler F. You just got here too. How you doing? I do appreciate you. So as we're wrapping up today, because I'm going to try to end on time today, because my drive to where I need to be after the show is going to take a little longer, because I got to get all the snow off my driveway first. And thankfully, though, I do drive a 4-wheel drive pickup. It has brand new tires, and I get through the snow very easily, and I usually end up going around people on days like today. So let's see. So what I didn't do, I didn't even set up any headlines, but I can certainly pull a few up real quick, because my friend Ace over at the Ace of Spades HQ usually has a great list for me in the morning report. By the way, I might design a t-shirt. I actually was going to design this t-shirt last year, and I think it's going to be very appropriate. The way this year has begun with all the damn... It seems like, and I don't want to make a fake news shirt, because I've seen a couple of those around already, but by God, can you believe how this year has already started with all the just BS? I mean, let's go backwards. We've got Jussie Smollett. We've got Covington Catholic. We've got Michael Cohen and the report that Donald Trump told him to do whatever he did. Before that, we had the girl who was shot in Houston, and they were trying to find some white guy in a red pickup, and it was some gangbanger black dude. And it's just one after the other. For fuck's sake. FFS. I think I have an idea. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to design a shirt that's going to just talk about how 2019 has already begun. Unbelievable. All right. Let's see. Oh, great. Upwards of 500,000 illegal aliens projected to enter the U.S. this year. Rock on. Feel the excitement of that already. Do I want to read that one? Nah, I'm not going to read that one. Border County Commissioner, ranchers are scared to report drug trafficking crimes. Yeah, I'm sure. They're afraid to get shot. Why a wall alone can't fix the emergency on the U.S. border? Well, no one says only a wall can. What's that article from? That's from the Federalist. These aren't good. I want to find something more. Oh, there's all kinds of headlines on the Jussie Smollett hoax. All right, I know the article that I'm going to read because this is it right here. This is also from the Federalist. 15 recent hate crime hoaxes that might make you suspect there is a trend. And like I said, there's one at my son's college. And I haven't confirmed it yet, but it was from November that some kid said someone wrote some things on his dorm wall, and it had all the same signs of a fake hoax, or fake hate crime that I've been seeing over the last 2 years. They actually shut down his school for 24 hours and had an all school meeting in the big center there. Oh my gosh. One of these days, as soon as he graduates, I'm going to talk about that story. I can't talk about it until he graduates, though. I just don't want to jeopardize his final year at school. And thankfully, he already has a job. So once he leaves, I'm bringing that one out. But anyway, here we go. In Season 4, Episode 17 of the hit television show Friends, roommates Joey and Chandler discover that a glitch in their cable has resulted in free and continuous pornography. The plumber who happens to be in the apartment warns them never to turn it off or they might lose the free porn forever. Chandler and Joey heed the warning, leaving it on constantly. They soon find their reality warp by overexposure to the porn fantasy world. This is an interesting start to an article. Wow. Okay. I was just at the bank and there was a really hot teller, and she didn't ask me to go back into the vault and do it, Chandler exclaims. Same kind of thing happened to me, Joey says, echoing Chandler's shock. A woman delivered my pizza and then just left after I gave her the money. Chandler asks whether she wanted to come inside or see the bedroom. No, Joey says, in shock and outrage. Then it dawns on both of them they've been watching too much porn and it's warped their view of reality. The episode brilliantly employs humor to warn of the dangers of excessively indulging in titillating fantasy. Oh, now I get where he's going here. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Cut to 2019, and in an era when the American left daily imbibes a different kind of fantasy porn to titillate the insatiable thirst for outrage. I'm telling you, this outrage shit, one after the other. And I never got to my new outrages that people are trying to peddle. And fortunately, they're not overshadowing the Jussie Smollett story. They're trying to overshadow this Jussie Smollett story. The press, and in fact, they came out with one yesterday that had nothing to do with an outrage, but just something Trump did that they didn't like that they're pushing. I'm sorry, that aside, it's unnecessary. Let's go back here. The left daily imbibes in a different kind of fantasy porn to titillate the insatiable thirst for outrage. Enter Jussie Smollett, an actor who knows his audience. He's not the first actor to turn a type of porn to revive his career. So he scripts two characters to help him act out a scene of outrage porn for the liberal media in which he pretends to be victimized by two Donald Trump supporters. The script checks all the right victim boxes for a good outrage fantasy. Maybe I'll say this in more of what's the romance novel voice. The script checks all the right voices. Oops, excuse me. Let me start over. The script checks all the right boxes for a good outrage fantasy. Watch this montage of outrage as the mainstream media hilariously buys into it over and over. They ironically ask, who could believe that something like this could happen in 2019? Who could believe it? So addicted are they to the narcotic of outrage, that a mere fantasy of the attack is all that they need to believe it's true. You might remember a few other hoaxes over the recent years. Smollett's hoax reminds me of one of the failing talk show host Morton Downey Jr. In the late 1980s, he attempted to revive public attention by falsely claiming to have been attacked by neo-Nazis. Okay, this is not sexy anymore. Damn it. All right. So anyway, maybe you remember the Duke University lacrosse team being falsely accused of attacking an African-American exotic dancer. Or more recently, you might remember the gay man falsely accusing Whole Foods of decorating his cake with the slur fag. We should also remember a recent video of a child being separated from his mother at the border that turned out to be a hoax. The Kavanaugh Supreme Court confirmation battle likewise had its share of hoaxes. Such hoaxes are becoming common. Oh, they're common, all right. They're common. Again, go to fakehatecrimes.org. There's over 300 on there. There are hundreds of them. Several worthy authors here, and here. What are these? Andy No, 247 Sports, Boston Herald, and Fox News has 4 of them there, have done yeoman's work compiling these lists from which I now draw. Here's a small sample of confirmed hoaxes. So that the church in Indiana that was vandalized with Heil Trump slurs, the organ player of the church did it. December 2006, that was November 2016. December 2016, New York man charged with perpetrating another vandalism hoax in which he's painted several swastikas around the campus of Nassau County. A Muslim woman made up another hijab stealing. Yeah, there was a lot of hijab stealing hoaxes with people screaming Donald Trump, and they all turned out to be false. In April, arson case in Charlotte, North Carolina first appeared to be a hate crime when the perpetrator left a note reading, "Our newly elected president, Donald Trump, is a nation builder for white America. You all know that. We want our country back on the right track. We need to get rid of Muslims and Indians and immigrants." Yeah, that was another black guy who did that one. 2017, a racist note left on the windshield of an African American at St. Olaf College. That's 30 miles south of me. And it's another school that canceled classes for an entire day, had this huge rally on campus, and then they figured out the girl who got the notes also wrote the notes. They found her on a security camera. Did people not realize there are security cameras everywhere? You dumbasses. In November 2017, a Kansas man defaced his own car with racist slogans. Police soon concluded that this was another vandalism hoax. December 2017, the U.S. U.S. Justice Department announced the conviction of Juan Thompson, the reporter for The Intercept, making a hoax bomb threats to Jewish community centers. He's a journalist. He's a journalist. Oh, but journalists are untouchable. September 2018, a Long Island, New York woman falsely claimed to have been accosted by mysterious Trump supporters screaming Trump 2016 and to have received a threatening note and gotten her tires slashed. Was that Laura Loomer? No, sorry. That was not Laura Loomer. In October 2018, vandalism at a Brooklyn synagogue, originally believed to be the work of an anti-Semitic vandal, turned out to be the work of a black man with a career experience as an anti-hate worker for City Hall. Outrage porn is not a victimless crime. Indeed, these hoaxes inspire very real violence as the mob feels compelled to take action against vilified Trump supporters. The hoaxes exacerbate tension among Americans and sometimes destroy lives. But they also sell newspapers and garner clicks. The new outrage story seems to appear before the last one can be debunked. Right? How long after Covington Catholic did the Jussie Smollett case come by? How long after the, fake news Michael Cohen story did the Covington Catholic story take hold? How long after the little girl getting shot in Houston did the Michael Cohen story take hold? They're just one after another after another. But let's see. So as long as Americans uncritically consume outrage porn, our collective reality warps. Stoking the rising outrage of the mob may be good for business, but it is dangerous for our country. I'm amazed. And maybe it's because people are just not jumping onto these bandwagons as hard right now. But I'm amazed that there were no huge rallies in Chicago after the Jussie Smollett story. And I think the reason for that is probably in less than 24 hours, people were like, what you talk about, Willis? They were really, I think they just kind of, I don't think people believe from start, and they were just really weary of all these stories popping up where these things are supposedly happen. So, it's just another one of those things. So anyway, I'm going to have to end this for today. Is my stream died? Did my stream die? Why am I getting a... Okay, no, it's working. Or is it? I just refreshed my screen. I noticed my screen was screwed up. Okay, I'm still here. Cool. All right. Anyway, well, now I'm about to not be here because I just wanted, I need to finish up for the day. Like I said, I'm going to have a little bit longer drive today, and I got to clear my driveway first. And it's the time that I'm supposed to stop, and I just never do because I get into this thing too deep. But you know what? Like always, I really appreciate you guys. It's fun being here every morning. If you're new or haven't been around much, I'm here every morning, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central at the Morning Night Live. And I really appreciate you guys. Maybe remember to share this screen just right down there. If you're on a phone, turn your phone to portrait and get rid of the chat, and you'll find the share button in there. And you know what? Let people know. I mean, if you're enjoying this, let other people know. Again, thank you so much for being here. My name is P-Dog Knight, and as always, well, no, that sounds weird. That sentence doesn't make any sense. Just anyway, thank you. I appreciate you. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.